What's up, Dio Structure? Just a little bit of an update today on the Dio and on a couple of tips that I have for weathering and rubble and all that good stuff. Punisher's helping me out here, of course. So first and foremost, I started doing the cracks in the foundation. I actually decided to blow out that whole window there. Just to allow for like characters to peek in, versus just having a window have a nice wall and crawling in through the wall. Everybody's kind of covered cracks already, but I'll go over them kind of quickly. I'm not the best at them, but basically it just took my X-Acto and just kind of let it run wild. Kind of let it flow wherever it wanted. I just kind of stuck it in and then dragged it through the foam. And then I followed up with, I actually found this pretty cool end of my paintbrush. I've seen a couple of you guys use these paintbrushes too, so these might be a good tip, but it's kind of a chiseled edge there. And what that's cool for is making the indentations. I know some people use dull pencils or semi-dull pencils. Those work great as well. I just didn't have one down here right now, so going back through the X-Acto lines, I just kind of pushed them in, pushed in the corners where there'd be a little bit of chipped damage. And again, I didn't want to go too overboard, but stuff like that, impact holes, stuff like that. Some of the deeper ones upstairs. Obviously that's blown out, so that'll probably have some cracks around it too. But in any event, just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. A couple of tips I have for customizers and diorama guys. Get yourself one of these magnetic trays. These are awesome for holding pins. You can literally put this upside down and none of these pins are going to fall out. I don't know if you guys use pins. I love to use pins, obviously for woodwork on the flooring, and as well as holding things temporarily in place until I actually install them. Much like these beams. Sorry, it's blurry, but you get the point. They work great in the foam. Again, good to hold temporary stuff while you're building. And pretty cool and cheap. And you get like 1,000 in a bag. I mean, in a plastic container. So what else did I do? Today I added the other strip of wood. As you can see, it's a little bit darker than I would have liked. Still going to play around with getting that a little bit more to match the floor. But I also thought it might have been cool that, this could have been a wall divider here that got blown down and it was darker underneath because it wasn't exposed to as much wear. So you can always spin some kind of stories with that. And then I started the flooring. Still kind of undecided on this. It's actually tougher than it looks to create broken flooring. For me anyway. I was starting out with 10-foot beams and quickly realized that I would have to buy a ton of balsa wood because they're 36 inches long. So, I mean, that's 3 beams per stick. They're only about $1.40 a piece, but you can imagine after doing this whole floor in 10-foot beams that would get quite expensive. So I just started experimenting with using broken boards, various lengths, as you can see. I think it makes a much cooler effect. I still may have some full 10-inch beams, of course, for stability and to put stuff on, but I'm thinking that I'm kind of liking this look. These are all just sitting in place right now. I haven't attached any of that stuff, so still I need to snap off some of the ends to make them look broken, etc. But I ran out of wood, so that's a cool tip there. Well, not a cool tip, but I'm liking that. Another tip I learned as well along the way is keep everything that you break. Made a little rubble bag there, pulling out all that foam there. I have some ideas I'm going to try later using some of this debris little pieces of wood, even just little tiny pieces. You can mix them in with paint and get them to kind of stick and just make a mess. So as you go, yeah, just kind of collect all your rubble, and it'll make for good debris. I know a lot of people ask about debris fields and stuff. That's a good way to do it, and better than throwing it all out. And last but not least, I wanted to give you an update on our tin can experiment. As you can tell, this has been about, what, maybe a week, 2 weeks since we've done this. And while they are nice and getting very rusted, I'm not really sure. Sorry, I'm very close up today. Not really sure how much coverage that rust is going to be on these. As you can see, some of it comes off, but I think it may take a lot longer than the course of building this die out to get actual fully rusted. And they're too shiny for barrels, for a die as it is itself. So we'll see what happens with these. I'm still hoping, if anything, I'll get some nice rusty water out of it too. But as for now, that's the state of the rusted tin can experiment I have been doing. Looks pretty cool, but again, I'm not sure if it's going to achieve the look I'm going for. So anyway, that's about it for tonight. I don't want to keep boring you guys with my video. Hope to get some more work on this done this week, and getting excited to get into the painting and weathering stages. So look for that. And for now, there's nobody out there. Custom Creator signing off.